Yuuma Katagiri, 31, returns home from work and sinks onto his sofa. In the quiet evening, he switches on the TV and lowers the volume. Suddenly, from the apartment next door, there's a sound like someone knocking on the wall and a faint female voice.
Huh? What's that?
Alarmed, Yuuma heads quickly to his front door. He knocks on his neighbor's door, calling out.
Excuse me, are you all right in there?
After a moment, a distressed voice replies from the other side of the door.
Oh, please help me. The bathroom door won't open and I'm stuck inside.
You're locked in the bathroom? If you could just open the front door.
I'm sorry, it's still locked. I'm really in trouble here.
Concluding that the front entrance won't work, Yuuma thinks of another way.
I guess I'll have to come in from the balcony. Hang on, okay?
Wait, isn't that dangerous? I'm sorry, but please.
Yuuma goes back into his own place and steps out onto his balcony. There's a risky gap between his balcony and hers, but taking a deep breath, he leaps across.
Glad I didn't fall, but what am I doing?
Somehow landing on the neighbor's balcony, he enters through the window. A small noise comes from the bathroom.
I'm inside now. I'll check the bathroom door.
Approaching the bathroom, Yuuma takes out some tools. Examining the lock carefully, he begins fiddling with a screwdriver. Something seems to be caught on the inside.
Please work. Just a little more. Almost there.
Click, he feels the lock disengage with a small sound.
It's open. You should be able to get out now.
Well, wait!
A flustered voice erupts from inside, and Yuuma stops in surprise.
Oh, sorry. Is something wrong?
Give me a second. I just need to get ready.
Catching on immediately, Yuuma blushes and backs away from the door.
Of course. Gotta stay cool. She just needs a minute to get decent.
After a short pause, the bathroom door opens just a crack. Ayaka Takamine peeks out, wrapped in a bath towel, bowing her head slightly.
Thank you so much. You really saved me.
No worries. Glad you're okay. All right, I'll head out then.
Wait. I really want to thank you properly.
Back in his own apartment, Yuuma recalls what just happened and sighs.
I barely knew anything about my neighbor. Now she feels so close.
Though the night returns to its usual stillness, a strange new feeling stirs in Yuma's chest. The next morning, Yuuma Katagiri thinks back on last night's events as he gets ready for the day. It was the first time he'd clearly seen his neighbor's face, and it stuck with him. That evening, after finishing work, Yuuma is relaxing at home when there's a sudden knock on his door.
Huh? Who's that?
He goes to the entryway and opens the door to find Ayaka Takamine standing there, holding a small paper bag and smiling sheepishly.
About last night. Thank you so much. I made this for you as a thank you.
A delicious aroma wafts from the paper bag. Inside are neatly wrapped homemade dishes.
Oh, no need to go to all that trouble.
I did cause you trouble. I just really wanted to show my thanks.
Seeing how serious she is, Yuuma can't bring himself to refuse and accepts the bag.
Then I'll gladly take it. Thanks for going out of your way.
Not at all. Well, see you.
After Ayaka goes back to her apartment, Yuuma sets the bag on his table and checks its contents. Inside are a homemade quiche and soup, both packaged with care.
Wow. A normal person can make something like this?
Not only does it look professional, the taste is on another level. Yuuma can't hide his amazement. Recalling the food Ayaka made the night before, he realizes how professionally done it was, way beyond the reach of casual cooking. Surprised and intrigued, he's drawn to her unexpected side. Wanting to return the kindness, Yuuma tries making a simple dish himself, but his efforts are clumsy.
Well, this is all I can manage, as long as my gratitude comes across.
Carrying the food over to his neighbor's door, Yuma's a bit nervous. He never imagined getting so involved with someone he'd barely spoken to before. Standing at her door, he takes a deep breath and knocks. Ayaka opens it and peeks out.
Oh, Katagiri-san, what's up?
She looks surprised but also pleased. Seeing that puts Yuuma at ease.
Just wanted to say thanks for yesterday. I can only cook something like this, but if you don't mind.
He holds out a plate with a misshapen omelet and slightly singed pasta. Embarrassed, he averts his gaze, adding,
It doesn't look great, but I promise it's edible.
Ayaka's eyes go wide before a gentle smile appears.
Thank you so much. If you'd like, why don't we eat it together?
Huh? But my cooking's not exactly...
It's fine, it's more fun and tastier sharing over conversation.
And so the two sit facing each other in Ayaka's apartment, dividing up the meal. The room is spotless, which makes Yuuma feel a bit self-conscious, but her kind voice soon eases his nerves.
This place is so neat, I'm getting tense.
It doesn't look that way to me. I get the feeling you like to keep things tidy, Katagiri-san.
Nah, I'm pretty casual, and I could never cook something as meticulously as you can.
But that omelet tastes really good.
Their conversation starts off awkward, but as they share details about themselves, a peaceful atmosphere settles between them. One weekend, Yuuma is out in the local shopping district picking up household items. A short distance away, he spots a familiar figure.
Is that Takamine-san?
Narrowing his eyes, he confirms it's his neighbor, Ayaka Takamine, carrying two large shopping bags and walking unsteadily. At that instant, Yuuma notices a small stone at her feet. He has a bad feeling, and sure enough, she stumbles forward.
Ah!
Yuuma lunges and grabs her arm, preventing her fall. One of her bags drops and apples roll out.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry, thank you so much, I did it again.
Blushing red, she bows her head slightly.
That was close. Trying to carry all this alone is pretty risky.
Yeah, you're right. But they were on sale, and I ended up buying too much.
Her quiet voice and sheepish chuckle make Yuuma smile despite himself.
Well, nothing for it. I'll help you out.
But I feel bad.
Better than seeing you fall over again. Let's get going.
Taking half her load, Yuuma hears her murmur a soft thank you. After they finish carrying her groceries, they drop by a nearby cafe at Ayaka's invitation. She insisted on thanking him.
You really helped me. I embarrass myself like this a lot.
Well, you're a bit accident-prone, but that's kind of part of your charm, I guess.
Taking a sip of coffee, Yuuma speaks his mind without thinking.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
She looks surprised, so Yuuma glances away, a bit flustered.
I mean it in a good way. You're human, you know?
She seems puzzled at first, but then lets out a small laugh.
Hearing that is actually kind of reassuring.
Seeing her smile warms Yuma's heart for some reason. Thinking back on their small interactions and her clumsy moments, he realizes he's grown fond of those traits, and he can't deny the new feeling stirring in him. One holiday morning, Yuuma sips coffee while scrolling through his phone. Skimming a news app, a certain headline catches his eye. Renowned chef Shinya Mitsuki's daughter, Ayaka Takamine, shows potential. The article includes her name and photo.
What, Takamine-san?
Reading on, it refers to the famous chef Shinya Mitsuki's retirement, suggesting his daughter Ayaka is a prime candidate to carry on his legacy, though she refuses to appear in the spotlight.
Never imagined she was anything like that.
Yuuma reflects on all his interactions with her. Her pro-level cooking, her modest demeanor, the occasional anxious look, everything falls into place. He begins to understand the weight she's bearing. A few weeks later, Yuuma goes shopping in the local district again. Spotting a familiar figure ahead, he peers closer.
That's Takamine-san.
It's Ayaka Takamine, stepping out of a supermarket with a stuffed bag in hand.
Takamine-san?
She whirls around, startled.
Oh, Katagiri-san, hi.
What a coincidence. Doing a bit of shopping?
Yes. I might have gone a little overboard, though.
Looking at her bulging bag, he notices her hand trembling slightly from the weight.
There you go again. This seems dangerous. Let me carry some of that.
But I feel bad.
Not at all. We're neighbors, right? Let me help.
He takes half her load, and Ayaka lowers her head with a small thank you. On their way back, they stop at a nearby park for a short break. Sitting on a bench, Yuuma finally asks what's been on his mind.
This might be out of line, but can I ask something?
Sure, what is it?
I saw something about you in the news recently. You're Chef Shinya Mitsuki's daughter?
Ayaka's face tenses and she looks away.
Yes, I didn't exactly hide it, but I really don't like talking about it.
I'm sorry if this bothers you, but why not tell people?
I just want an ordinary life. Every time someone calls me Mitsuki Shinya's daughter, I feel like I'm not myself anymore.
Her voice trembles slightly. Yuuma nods, trying to show he understands.
But you do love cooking, right?
Yeah, I do. But even if I love it, people always say it's because of my father. I hate that.
but your cooking is genuinely delicious. People who taste it will know it's yours, not just his.
Ayaka looks up at him, surprised. Slowly, a faint smile appears.
Thank you. Hearing that makes me feel a bit better.
A few days later, Yuuma is gazing out his window. A cool night breeze stirs the curtains, and he sees scattered lights in the quiet apartment complex. Her place next door is also lit.
She said she just wants a normal life. I hope that news doesn't add pressure on her.
The following day, as Yuuma's returning from shopping, he runs into Ayaka in the apartment entrance. She's carrying a small bag and looks uneasy.
Oh, Katagiri-san, hello.
Hey there, going somewhere?
I just thought I'd go for a walk. Lately, staying home makes me overthink.
For a split second, Yuuma hesitates, then speaks up.
Mind if I join you for a bit?
They head to a nearby park. A soft breeze and rustling trees help calm their minds as they walk.
This is nice. I haven't taken a slow stroll like this in ages.
Sometimes it's good to just relax and not think too much.
Their conversation flows naturally. Ayaka's tense expression gradually eases until she finally stops in her tracks.
Katagiri-san, I'm unsure if I should keep pursuing cooking.
Why's that?
No matter what I make, it feels like I can't escape my father's influence. It scares me.
Her voice wavers with anxiety. Yuuma thinks for a moment, then speaks slowly.
But you love cooking, don't you? Even if your father influenced you, you're the one who chose to keep doing it.
Still, people only talk about my father's name.
Forget about names. I tasted that quiche and soup you made, and I genuinely thought they were amazing. That was your cooking, not your dad's.
Ayaka stares at him, astonished by his unwavering conviction.
Do you really think so?
Absolutely. If you ever decide to cook something else, please let me try it.
She remains silent for a moment, then smiles softly.
Thank you. It really helps to hear you say that, Katagiri-san.
On their way home, a quiet closeness grows between them. Maybe not yet a special feeling, but their bond is undoubtedly stronger. That night, Yuuma sits on his sofa as usual, gazing blankly at the ceiling. The events of the past few weeks swirl in his mind. Ayaka, once just a neighbor, now feels much closer. Just then the doorbell rings. It's a little after 9 p.m.
At this hour, who could that be?
Opening the door, he finds Ayaka standing there holding a small container and smiling.
Good evening. Sorry for dropping by so late. I made this today. Would you like to share it with me?
The container holds pasta and salad, giving off a tantalizing aroma.
Oh, share it?
Yes, like we did with your omelet. I thought it'd be nice if we ate together.
Though surprised, Yuuma smiles and invites her inside. They set the food on the table and sit facing each other. Ayaka's homemade pasta and salad spread across the table. Yuuma picks up his fork and takes a bite of the pasta.
Wow, this is really good. The seasoning's perfect.
Seeing Yuuma happily devour her cooking, Ayaka lowers her eyes and smiles quietly.
It's nice having someone enjoy my cooking like that.
I think that's the real magic of cooking. It's amazing that you can make people happy through food.
Ayaka lapses into thought for a moment, then lifts her head with a slightly shy expression.
Katagiri-san, would you maybe want to cook together sometime?
Huh? Cook together?
Yes. I figure making something with someone else might be fun, unless that's a hassle.
No hassle at all. Sounds fun. What should we make?
Looking happy, Ayaka only says, "I'll think about it," and there's a new brightness in her eyes, almost like self-confidence. After walking her to the door, Yuuma closes it and thinks to himself. He can't contain the excitement growing in his chest for this new chapter that's about to begin.